My life just got major. Mommy and Major. Hey y'all, hey. I know it's been a little while, right? But let me tell you, my world just got major. Majorer. I purchased a home. I never had a desire to buy a home unless I was in a family with the husband. That was my goal. But I wanted to have a husband when I had a baby too, right? So I had years ago one of my I hit up someone that I knew about information on purchasing a home. It was when I had my brother's kids living with me, and at the time I didn't make the money I make now. Also, I didn't I didn't want to afford, I couldn't afford, well, I could afford it. The thought was, I've always said I didn't want to be house poor. What is house poor? House poor is the only thing you can do is pay for your house, pay your rent. You can't pay nothing else. Your mortgage or your rent. You can't do anything else. And I never wanted to live my life like that. I never want to live my life where the only thing I could do is stay here and pay these rent and just struggle. I don't want to struggle. I didn't want to struggle. So with that, I decided not to pursue it there. So I would play with the idea, but then they'll come back to me, no, not yet. I pray a lot. And I just feel like I was saying, not yet. So last year, me and Chloe actually was out looking at houses. Because again, I was like, well, that's his family. This is my family, right? This is water. So in my mind, this is family. This is my family. Maybe, I'll make this happen now. Well, it didn't work out. The houses I had spoke with another realtor prior to last year, like right when the pandemic and stuff was had started, and he was like, this isn't a sprint, this is a marathon. But he wasn't like, I didn't talk to him. We didn't talk. So I was like, well, what's going on? He got me with his broker to run the numbers, told me how much I can afford at the time, with the budget that I had and different things. So I was like, okay, I couldn't find no house with that in the 100,000s. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna worry about it. Then I was talking to my manager at work, and he wanted me to use his realtor. He was like, you don't need a perfect house. It's just you. You can fix it up. My realtor help you fix it up. Okay, cool. Was talking to him. We discussed some things. I am the type of person that if you're a professional, I let you do your job. So, but I need to know certain things. Like, don't sugarcoat it for me. Tell me the truth. Be honest with me. So I felt that he wasn't being very truthful. Well, let me not say truthful. I feel like he wasn't giving me all the information that I needed. And then I was talking to my manager one day, and he was like, yeah, I told him to just be straight up with you about things. So me and him talked, and the guy was like, Biden needs to pass this thing. That's what we're waiting on for your student loans because your student loans are so much, and this will really help you out, which it would. It would really help me out if Biden took $30,000 off my student loans. I got discouraged. Okay, because the first guy, when I started feeling serious about this, told me again. He told me $100,000 house in that range, right? The second guy was like, we really need Biden to take off the student loan debt, and that would help you out. And so I'm feeling discouraged. I'm like, And all along I'm praying because, okay, God. Okay, that's where I'm at. Okay, God, this is in your hands. My baby's back there stretching. This is in your hands. Whatever's to be.
Feet, continue on to G Road.
If y'all heard my GPS, I am on my way to the house. So I'm like, that's always my prayer too. Lord, if this is not for me, don't let it happen. So then I had another group. Although I have so many friends that are realtors. My other friend, my sister friend, she was like, use these people, they're good, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, cool. So I was using them. And the husband made a comment, because he was the broker, I want to say. And he just was like, the type of house that you want, that's the cost of the house. Everybody wants that, so it's going to be hard to find your house. We looked at some resale homes. We looked at some new townhomes, but they were more than what I wanted to pay. And then they were further out as well. And I just, he just kind of made that comment, kind of put me in and here I am discouraged again, because he pretty much said that I'm gonna get what I want. Y'all know I'm at a red light, and my babies, if y'all know anything about infants, they start it up, they tune it up when they're at a red light. Hopefully this light changes soon. So he kind of was like, what I wanted, everybody wants, because that's how much everybody can afford, or whatever, most people. And I was like, but I'm not going over a certain amount of money. I don't want to. I don't want to pay more than a certain amount of money. Again, I don't want to be house poor. I don't want to be house poor. Come on, let's go through this light, y'all. I'm gonna stop. I didn't want to be house poor, and I knew how much I wanted to pay, and I knew how much I wanted to afford. So if that meant I couldn't get a house, then I'm just not getting a house. That's how I look at it. If that means that I can't get a house, then I just don't get a house. But I'm not about to go in debt and get something that I know I couldn't really afford. That's how I felt. I could afford, let me not say I couldn't afford, because I could afford it, but I couldn't do nothing else but live in my house. I know, Stinky Pot. I know. Here your mama goes. Your mama's right here. So let that be a lesson. Don't let nobody bully you, or I won't say he bullied me, but don't let nobody put you in a situation that you don't want to be in. And I was quite fine at my apartment. That's how I felt. I'm okay at my apartment, so I'm not in a rush, and I'm good. Fast forward, I got pregnant, and I know, pumpkin pie. Tell me about it. I know, we're at this red light. I got pregnant, and it wasn't how I wanted to be. There it goes again. It wasn't how I wanted it, because if I had anything to do with it, you guys already know, I would have been married. and with my child's father, and I'm not with his father. So there we go again, right? I turned around and was talking to my hairdresser, and I was telling her, well, she had knew that I had dealt with different people on the tip. She started posting things on real estate because she was a real estate agent. She is a real estate agent. Shout out to Alicia. So she's a real estate agent, and I like people who are very knowledgeable in their field and not just, brushing me over. That's going to tell me the truth, going to be really honest with me. So I told her, I was like, Alicia, I want you to help me find a house. And she says, oh, that's what your problem is. You are in the wrong lane, sir. Anywho, so back to my story.
Continue on G Road for 1 mile.
He should be fine now that we're rolling. I should cut all this out, but I'm not. And this is me being a mom. Okay? My life just got major. Y'all know about major. So she was like, okay, when do you want to go? I was like, you tell me. She was like, let's go this weekend. No, let's go this day. I was like, okay. So she's a school teacher. Her being a school teacher, during the week, she was off during the summer. So I'm like, okay, cool, let's do this. And I'm off on maternity leave, or leave, right now. I turned around and we went to the houses, and they were higher than I wanted. The price tag was going to be way more than what I wanted to afford. If they ran the numbers, I probably looked good. But again, I don't want to be house poor. And then if this is a brand new house and I'm going to have to move out on the outskirts, that's more on gas I'm looking at. That's gas. And then I have a new baby. I have to think about that. How far from a sitter, I got to pay all of that. So I really, really knew how much, about how much I wanted to do. She said, okay. We went there. I looked at the houses. I liked the houses, but they wasn't in the price range that I wanted. And I didn't want to settle. That was another thing. I didn't want to settle just to have a house, just to say I'm a homeowner. I didn't want to settle. And I couldn't put my baby in an incomplete house. That wasn't an option.
Continue on to Fish Drop Road.
Me by myself, I could be in an incomplete house. And I can afford to get it fixed or whatever. Me and my baby, no. No. Now, it was either going to be a resale house that was going to be already put together, or it was going to be a brand new house. So I was looking online at a couple of things, and I asked her about one builder, and she said, let me look into them. And then she said, well, there's these other people that's building out here as well.
Mile, turn right onto Farm to Market Road 1385 North. I
said, okay. She said, well, let's go Saturday. This was July 1st. I said, okay, cool. Let's do it. So we went out here where I moved, and we seen some houses. We seen the first house. I was like, this is a nice house. This is cool. And I don't want...
Take the next right onto Farm to Market Road 1385 North.
You okay, pumpkin pie? I didn't want a big, gigantic house. I have friends with big, gigantic houses. But it's more than just them.
Farm to Market Road 1385 North for 5 miles.
And I was like, I don't want a big, gigantic house. I want something that is real, not so queen, however way that word is. I have to have multiple bathrooms, more than one. Has to have more than 2 bedrooms. Like, I didn't want just 2 bedrooms, because if family comes and people come to visit, you want them to be comfortable, right? At least that's how I felt. So we look at the first house. I was like, oh, this is cute. Okay. And he was like, okay, this is because they have cottage and they have whimsical or something like that is the name of the different types of homes. I was like, I mean, I like it. It's cool. So we went to another one. And I like the house, but the back, in order to get to the backyard, you have to use the side door. And there was no door in the back. And I was like, I don't like that. And it was like, well, I know which house that you're going to like. You like this one and you like this one. So this one that I'm going to show you is a cross between those two. I said, okay. Walked in and was like, yes, this is what I want. This is the house. This is what I want. Y'all, but I couldn't get excited yet because, again, let's run these numbers. Let's see what it's going to be. Also, something that my realtor had me do was put my bills in perspective, what I'm paying now, and to see what I can actually afford. And I was like, okay, because I really didn't want to pay over $2,000 for the mortgage. So she was like, okay, let's put things in perspective. So she said, so now you see that you can afford, more than, I didn't want to pay more than $1,800 for mortgage, on a mortgage. So again, he ran the numbers and they said I was approved with a condition. I needed a co-signer. I needed to put more money up because of my student loans. They come to student loans again, right? So I said, I'm not going to have a co-signer and I ain't got more money to give y'all. It was like, okay, well, let's make this work. If this lender don't work, we have another lender that's going to make it work. I got you. It was like, so you're excited? I was like, no, I'm not going to be excited until I close. That's what I told the seller. So my girlfriend, here's another thing. I have two girlfriends that I absolutely love, sister friends who's been here through my whole pregnancy, just holding my hand. When we went to go see the other homes, shout out to Renee, she just was like, where you at? I'm like, we're looking at homes. She was like, I'm about to come. I thought she was just coming just to see. She came and took my baby and walked him around while I was able to look at the houses. Shout out to Suzanne, because when we came out here and looked at this house, my house, she came, she was like, I want to just come. And then she was like, I'm going to take care of the baby. When she got here, she was like, I'm going to take care of the baby while you handle your business. It's so important to have dope people around you. But that's a testament to the woman that I am as well, because that's something that I would do. Here, I'm going to take your baby while you handle your business, So, yeah, took care of all that. So, signed the paperwork, everything. Okay, cool. After that, the loan officer asked me for a bunch of stuff. I was like, one thing about me, I hate people asking me questions on my business. So I had to get out of there real quick because they get in your business. So the loan officer asked me for certain things. The loan processor asked me for certain things. And then it came down to one item that I just was like, I don't know what y'all want. Here is what I have. So then I think once that happened and I gave them that and they were like, you're good. You're clear to close. That's when I got excited. It wasn't even at the closing. It was then. Because I just felt so emotional. I remember when my mom bought her house. I remember when my father bought his house. And both of them were in their 40s. Now Major will have my mom's house. And he will have my house. And he can do what he please. He don't have to live out here. He can sell it. He can, whatever. I'm trying to build generational wealth for my baby. That's where I'm at. So we have our house. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's north of the Dallas area. It is. And I'm okay with that. It's close to the people that do help. Well, most of the people that's my support system. And so it works, you know. And I'm happy about it. I'm excited about it. I don't feel like I settled. I feel like I got what I wanted. That's what I feel like. I feel like I got what I wanted. Again, I didn't want no big, gigantic house, no 2-story. I got a 1-story, so it works out. We're almost here. My baby is crying.
Turn left onto Adderley Road, then turn
So
right on
mommy needs to take care of him. So yeah, that's what happened. My life just got major. Major's here and mommy's making moves. All right.
Take the next right onto Gainesville Drive, then your destination will be on the left.
I'm home. All right, y'all. Talk to y'all later. Bye.